The movie opens with a wild heist. A gang of men wearing creepy clown masks break into a bank where the mob has hidden a huge amount of money. The gang, made up of 5 clowns, starts arguing over the loot, and they quickly turn on each other. As the chaos unfolds, a school bus crashes through the bank wall, killing one of the clowns. A mob bank manager tries to fight back with a shotgun, but is shot by the robbers. The last clown then reveals himself as the Joker, delivering the chilling line, "I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger." He puts a grenade in the banker's mouth and walks away, leaving the Joker to escape in the bus. It turns out the grenade was just a gas grenade, and the Joker vanishes in a line of school buses as the police close in. Next, we see Gotham at night, with criminals too scared to act under the watchful eyes of the bat signal glowing in the sky. Later James Gordon and Debtor Ana Ramirez are waiting for Batman, but Gordon says it's okay if he doesn't show up, hoping he's just busy elsewhere. Meanwhile, the Scarecrow is making a deal with the Russian mob when a group of fake Batmen interrupt. The Scarecrow uses his fear toxin on one of them, saying the real Batman wouldn't use a gun. Suddenly, the Batmobile crashes through a barricade, and the Scarecrow smiles. "That's more like it!" Batman arrives, knocking out the fake Batman and sending the mob running. The Chechen, leading the mob, sends Rottweilers after the fake Batman. Batman fights back, saving them but getting bitten in the process. Scarecrow tries to escape in a van, but Batman jumps on it and stops him after a chase. He leaves the fake Batman and the mobsters for the police to clean up. When one of the imposters says he was trying to help, Batman coldly replies, "I don't need any help." At the Joker's bank heist scene, Gordon shows Batman footage of the crime, and Batman notices that the mob's money has been marked for tracking. Gordon asks if the Joker is a serious threat, but Batman says that while the Joker is dangerous, he can't focus on him when there's a bigger crime problem in Gotham. Later, Bruce Wayne is treating his dog bite from the earlier fight. Alfred warns him to know his limits, noticing Bruce is keeping a close eye on Harvey Dent, the new district attorney. Bruce seems to be deciding if he can trust Dent, especially after noticing his growing relationship with Rachel Dawes. This exciting start sets the stage for Batman to face off with the Joker and take on Gotham's dangerous criminals. Harvey Dent meets with Lone Gordon, and they quickly reveal their mistrust for each other's departments. Harvey questions Gordon about his connection to Batman and expresses his desire to meet him. Gordon asks for search warrants for 5 banks believed to be hiding the mob's money. Dent agrees to support the warrants, beginning to form a fragile trust with Gordon. In turn, Gordon praises Dent as Gotham's White Knight. While Dent jokes about an old nickname from Gordon's time in the Internal Affairs Division, one that Gordon claims to have never heard of. Meanwhile, Lucius Fox holds a meeting at Wayne Enterprises to discuss a joint venture with Lau, the head of Lau's security investments in Hong Kong. Afterward, Bruce Wayne and Fox talk privately, with Bruce expressing his concerns about Lau's business practices, which appear to be illegal. Bruce decides to cancel the deal and asks Fox to design him a new suit. He needs something lighter and faster, especially if he faces more guard dogs, and he wants to be able to turn his head more easily. That night, Harvey and Rachel dine at a fancy restaurant, where Harvey explains how he had to use his influence to get a table. Bruce and his date, a Russian ballerina, bump into Harvey and Rachel. Bruce has them combine tables, revealing that he owns the restaurant. At first, Bruce seems jealous of Harvey, but when Harvey expresses his admiration for Batman, Bruce changes his tune and offers to throw a fundraiser for him. Meanwhile, the top mob members are gathered in a restaurant kitchen, discussing their hidden money. Lau, who's on his way back to Hong Kong, tells them through a video call that all of their cash has already been moved to a secure location, just as Gordon's team is searching the banks and finding nothing but traceable money. When the Chechen expresses concern about the Joker stealing $68 million, mob boss Maroni dismisses him as a nobody. Suddenly, the Joker enters, kills one of the mobsters with a magic trick, and sits down to offer his help. He mocks the mob for becoming weak under Batman's presence and offers to kill Batman for half of their money. He warns them that Lau is a squealer, making Lau quickly turn off his monitor. The mob laughs, and when Gamble threatens the Joker, he reveals grenades hidden in his coat. Gamble puts a price on the Joker's head, but the Joker calmly hands out his business card, a Joker playing card, and leaves, ominously saying that Batman will come for Lau. Later, Harvey Dent and Gordon activate the bat signal to meet Batman. They explain that they need Lau to help them take down the mob, realizing that Batman operates outside their jurisdiction. Batman agrees to help and disappears into the night. Back at Wayne Enterprises, Fox shows Bruce his new suit, and Bruce plans an impromptu trip to Hong Kong. Fox will accompany him, but they will pretend it's just to cancel their negotiations with Lau's company. In Gotham, Gamble plays pool with his associates until one tells him that a group of thugs has killed the Joker and brought in the body. But when Gamble goes to pay, the Joker suddenly rises, holding a knife to his face. After telling the story of how he got his scars, the Joker kills Gamble and gives the three remaining men a chance to join him. They must fight each other for their lives using halves of a broken pool stick. Meanwhile, Fox arrives in Hong Kong to meet with Lau. While pretending to cancel the deal, Fox secretly keeps a phone that emits a high-frequency signal, which shuts down all power in the building. Batman then crashes through the window of Lau's office, takes Lau, and escapes by sending a cable to a plane flying above the building. Back in Gotham, Lau is interrogated by Rachel, with Dent and Gordon observing. After some pressure, Lau reveals that he can provide the names of the mobsters and their investments, which gives the police leverage for a RICO case. Lau agrees to cooperate, and Gordon decides to keep him in a holding cell at the major case unit. At Maroni's restaurant, Gordon leads the police in arresting the mob members. As they are rounded up, Judge Janet Cirillo finds a Joker card in the middle of the conviction papers. On TV, Dent gives an impromptu interview denying Batman's involvement and praising the police for their work in bringing the mob to justice. Dent, Gordon, and Commissioner Loeb meet with the mayor to discuss the impact of Dent's aggressive moves against the mob. Dent claims that his actions will clear the streets of crime for 18 months, but the mayor warns that the city's criminal underworld will retaliate and focus their anger on Dent. He questions whether Dent is ready for the target this will put on his back. Just as he asks, a chilling sight occurs. The body of a Batman wannabe, dressed in a Batman suit with Joker-like makeup and a grin carved into his face, is slammed against the mayor's window. A Joker card pinned to his body reads, "Will the real Batman please stand up?" Bruce and Alfred watch in horror as a video of the Joker tormenting and killing the wannabe is played on the news. The Joker promises that as long as Batman hides his true identity, people will die every day. At the same time, Harvey Dent's fundraiser at Wayne's penthouse begins. Dent and Rachel arrive, both feeling uneasy. Bruce, arriving by helicopter with 3 models, greets Harvey and publicly supports him, saying, "I believe in Harvey Dent." Later, Rachel, upset by Bruce's apparent mockery of Dent, confronts him on the balcony. Bruce reassures her, expressing his belief in Dent and that Harvey could be the White Knight who would allow him to retire as Batman and have a life with her. Harvey joins them to thank Bruce and to take Rachel away. Meanwhile, Gordon discovers that the Joker card found earlier has traces of DNA from Commissioner Loeb, Harvey Dent, and Judge Cirillo. Realizing that the Joker is threatening their lives, Gordon works to protect them, though his efforts fail. The judge's car explodes during her transfer to protective custody, and Commissioner Loeb dies from poison before Gordon can intervene. Dent, desperate, pulls Rachel aside to propose, but she struggles with her feelings and can't give him an answer. Later, Bruce locks Dent in a closet, warning Rachel that the Joker and his men are coming for Harvey and advising her to stay hidden. The Joker bursts into the penthouse, announcing that the guests are tonight's entertainment. When he sees Harvey, Rachel steps forward, and the Joker grabs her, threatening her with a knife. He tells her a twisted version of how he got his scars, claiming his wife was disfigured by loan sharks, and he gave himself scars to make her smile, only for her to leave him. Rachel fights back, but the Joker enjoys the struggle. Batman arrives, knocking the Joker back, and a chaotic fight ensues between Batman, the Joker, and his henchmen. When Batman gets the upper hand, the Joker pulls a gun on Rachel and dangles her out of a window. Batman orders him to let her go, but the Joker responds, "Very poor choice of words," and lets Rachel fall. Batman dives after her, using his cape to slow their descent, and they crash onto a car below. The Joker vanishes. The next day, Bruce tries to understand what the Joker wants. Alfred tells a story from his time in Burma, where criminals couldn't be bribed, they only wanted chaos. Alfred warns that some men, like the Joker, kill for sport, and they don't have any specific goal other than to watch the world burn. Bruce watches the Joker's face on a monitor, disturbed by the man's unpredictable nature. Batman listens in on cell phone conversations and overhears a plot against Harvey Dent. Gordon, Batman, and Officer Ramirez rush to an apartment to find two policemen murdered, their last names matching those of Harvey and Dent. Ramirez accuses Batman, but Gordon stops her. Batman examines a piece of concrete with a bullet lodged inside, and Gordon realizes the Joker has left an advance copy of tomorrow's newspaper showing the mayor's death. At Wayne Enterprises, Fox meets with Wayne's accountant, Coleman Reese, who claims to know about Wayne's secret government project and threatens to expose the Batmobile tumbler and blackmail Wayne for $10 million a year. Fox calmly dismisses Reese's threat, asking if he really believes a powerful billionaire like Wayne would be blackmailed into silence. Fox helps Wayne trace the fingerprint on the bullet recovered from the murder scene and locates it to an apartment overlooking a ceremony for Commissioner Loeb's funeral. Wayne heads there on his motorcycle. As the ceremony unfolds, Wayne investigates the apartment and discovers several tied-up men and a set of sniper rifles aimed at the funeral. As the timer reaches 0, the blinds open and snipers fire. The Joker, disguised as a member of the Honor Guard, shoots at the mayor, but Gordon dives in front of him and is shot in the back. The crowd panics, and the police capture one of the Honor Guard members. Dent examines the man's uniform and sees it bears the name Officer Rachel Dawes. He calls Rachel, warning her that she's been targeted and urging her to hide at Bruce's penthouse. He tells her he loves her, but she doesn't respond. At home, Gordon's family is told of his apparent death. His wife, Barbara, blames Batman, and his young son briefly spots Batman watching mournfully from a distance. Meanwhile, Batman visits Maroni in a club and interrogates him about the Joker's whereabouts. Maroni, after a brief beating, admits that he doesn't know where the Joker is, explaining that the Joker has no allies because, unlike Batman, he plays by no rules. Dent interrogates one of the captured Honor Guard members and, in his rage, points a gun at his head. He flips his father's lucky coin to decide the man's fate, but Batman intervenes, catching the coin midair and asking if Dent would really leave a life to chance. Dent responds, "Not exactly," and learns the criminal is a patient from Arkham Asylum. Batman advises Dent to hold a press conference to avoid damaging his reputation. As Batman leaves, Dent shouts that he cannot give in. Back at the penthouse, Rachel confronts Bruce, accusing him of cowardice for allowing Dent to take the fall as Batman. Alfred explains that Batman must be the scapegoat, the figure people can turn to or blame when needed. He tells Rachel that Bruce is willing to sacrifice himself for Gotham's good. Rachel gives Alfred a letter for Bruce, asking him to give it to him when the time is right. She hugs Alfred and leaves to visit Harvey, who is being transferred to the county lockup. During the transfer, Harvey tells Rachel that this is Batman's chance. He flips his coin to decide his fate, and when it lands on heads, he reveals it's a two-headed coin. Harvey plans to let the Joker attack the convoy, trusting Batman to rescue him and capture the Joker. The convoy leaves. While transporting Harvey, the Joker and his henchmen start taking down police cars with a massive semi-truck. He pulls out an RPG and begins firing at the armored truck carrying Dent. The Tumbler arrives to stop him, but is hit by one of the RPGs, causing catastrophic damage and forcing Batman to eject. However, the ejection system deploys the Bat Pod, a motorcycle that shoots out from the front of the car. Batman pursues the Joker on the Bat Pod, firing cables to weave through light poles and buildings, flipping the truck over. The Joker, armed with a Smith & Wesson M76 submachine gun, shoots at Batman and taunts him to hit him. Batman swerves around the Joker, crashing into the flipped truck and falling to the ground. As the Joker leaps at him with a knife, a SWAT officer holds a shotgun to the Joker's head and removes his helmet to reveal that it's late Gordon, who faked his death to protect his family. The Joker is taken to the MCU, and Harvey, now freed, heads to a cruiser, saying he's off to see his worried girlfriend. At Gordon's major crimes unit, the mayor promotes him to commissioner. The Joker shares a cell with a large man who complains of internal pain. Commissioner Gordon, after reuniting with his family, receives a call that Harvey never made it home and returns to the prison to interrogate the Joker. During the interrogation, Batman bursts in and begins beating the Joker, demanding to know where Harvey is. The Joker taunts Batman, claiming they are both freaks and that Gotham will eventually turn on him. In response, Batman becomes enraged, places a chair under the door to prevent anyone from interrupting, and savagely beats the Joker, who laughs and reveals that both Harvey and Rachel are tied up with explosives, each in separate locations. He gives Batman the locations, but warns him that he must choose who to save, forcing Batman to break his code of not killing. Batman decides to go after Rachel, and Gordon mobilizes his men to find Harvey. Meanwhile, Harvey, hearing Rachel's voice through an intercom, comforts her and reassures her that everything will be okay. As he tries to find a sharp object to cut his ropes, he accidentally knocks over an oil drum, spilling gasoline over half of his face. Back at the jail, the Joker tricks a cop into becoming a hostage and calls for a phone. Once he gets it, he detonates a bomb inside the large man in his cell, killing him. The Joker then escapes with Lau. Batman reaches the address the Joker gave him, expecting to find Rachel, but instead discovering Harvey. Harvey, distraught, screams in despair. Gordon arrives at the supposed location of Harvey, but the warehouse explodes, killing Rachel. As Batman rescues Harvey, the explosion ignites the gasoline on Harvey's face, severely burning him. Harvey is taken to Gotham General Hospital, where Batman visits him and leaves behind the two-headed coin that was found at the explosion site. One side is still shiny, the other scorched. Alfred reads a letter from Rachel, explaining that she had intended to marry Harvey and had told Bruce she would be there for him when he no longer needed to be Batman. However, she now realizes that Batman will always need to be Batman, so she will remain his friend. Bruce, devastated by Rachel's death, feels responsible for the chaos and death. Alfred, however, decides not to give him the letter, believing that now is not the right time. With Harvey in the hospital, Alfred tells Bruce that the fight against Gotham's crime now falls solely on him. Meanwhile, Harvey wakes up, sees the scarred coin, and screams in anguish. Commissioner Gordon visits him, trying to understand why Harvey refuses treatment for his wounds. Harvey rages at Gordon for not listening to him when he warned him about the corrupt officers during his time in internal affairs. Gordon reluctantly admits that Harvey had been right, referring to him as Harvey Two-Face. As Gordon leaves, Harvey encounters Maroni, who warns that the Joker has gone too far. Meanwhile, Reese, Wayne's accountant, appears on TV claiming he will reveal Batman's identity. The Joker interrupts the broadcast, threatening to blow up a hospital if Reese isn't killed within an hour. As the police rush to protect Reese, the Joker infiltrates Gotham General, kills a cop, and releases Two-Face from his restraints. Two-Face is given a gun and, now driven by chaos, flips the coin to decide if he will shoot the Joker, who agrees that it's only fair. The coin presumably lands on the clean side, as the next scene shows the Joker escaping the hospital as it explodes. The Joker then forces a kidnapped reporter, Mike Ingle, to announce his next move on television. Gotham now belongs to him. He warns that anyone who doesn't want to be part of his game should leave the city, but leaving will be difficult due to the explosives on the bridges. Meanwhile, Two-Face enters a bar and confronts Detective Wirtz, a corrupt cop, flipping the coin and killing him. Batman uses Fox's sonar technology to track the Joker through all the cell phones in Gotham, despite Fox's reluctance. Two-Face continues his pursuit of corrupt cops, and after confronting Maroni and learning Ramirez is the other cop, he flips the coin for Maroni's fate. Maroni survives the first flip, but when the coin lands on the dirty side, Two-Face kills his driver, causing the car to crash. Meanwhile, the two ferries carrying Gotham's criminals and citizens lose power and are each armed with explosives. The Joker forces them into a moral dilemma. One must destroy the other by midnight, or both will be destroyed. Fox locates the Joker in a construction building, and Batman informs Gordon. Two-Face kidnaps Ramirez and forces her to call Gordon's family, telling them to meet at the site of Rachel's death. When Gordon hears this, he rushes to save his family. Meanwhile, Batman confronts the Joker in the building. The Joker sends Rottweilers after Batman, who fights them off, but the Joker beats him down with a metal object, leaving him trapped under a beam. On the ferries, both groups struggle with their moral decisions. The convict ferry's warden hands over the detonator to a criminal, who throws it into the water, preventing any destruction. On the innocent ferry, a man takes the detonator but can't bring himself to act. The Joker, disappointed, prepares to destroy both boats, but Batman fires his gauntlet darts, disarming him and sending him flying off the building. Batman saves him using his grappling hook. The Joker reveals that his real plan was to destroy Gotham's White Knight, Harvey Dent, knowing that his fall into evil would cause even more chaos. Batman sets off to find Harvey, while the SWAT team captures the Joker. Gordon finds Two-Face holding his family hostage. After a confrontation, Two-Face flips the coin for Gordon's son's life, but before he can shoot, Batman intervenes. The coin lands on the clean side, but Batman tackles Two-Face, and they both fall from the building. Batman hands Gordon's son to him before collapsing beside Two-Face, who lies motionless. As Gordon checks on Batman, Batman laments that the Joker won by corrupting Harvey, the best of them. To preserve Gotham's faith in Harvey, Batman takes the blame for the murders, ensuring the city's peace remains intact. A montage shows Gordon and others at a memorial for Harvey. The bat signal is destroyed and Lucius Fox shuts down the sonar system. Batman's sacrifice ensures Gotham's hope remains unshaken. As Gordon issues a manhunt for Batman, he tells his son that while Harvey Dent was the hero Gotham needed, Batman is the hero Gotham deserved. Batman speeds away on his Batpod, with Gordon's words echoing as the city searches for its elusive protector. He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video like this.